Hey, g'day. In the last video we were on the Bureau of Meteorology website looking at their climate data maps, which we found clicking on climate data online here. We saw that the climate data maps looked like they were done by some naughty unsupervised kiddies that don't bother to do any QA, so they're riddled with ridiculous mistakes, especially in the areas around here where we're looking at 1925 and saw a whole lot of basic mistakes with things that just don't add up in November. Here where this hotspot is. Now I've been asked, where do they get the data? If you have a look at their weather and climate data map here and select monthly mean maximum temperatures from down here, you can see that these people with the math problems must have somehow homogenised data from the periphery around here, because there simply isn't any real data in the middle. And in 1925 a lot of these stations weren't open, so we'll have a look at one that I know was open. That's this one here at Eucla. If we click on that, and then here up comes the mean maximum temperature from Eucla, and you can see that the kiddies are claiming the temperatures don't go back earlier than 1926, but they go way further back. At this location and at a nearby location, Eucla Telegraph Station, they go way back, and that can't be hidden from us because we can see it in the Adelaide Advertiser from 5th of December 1925, the Adelaide Observer from the 12th of December 1925, and the Adelaide Register from the 5th of December 1925, where in all three, word for word, we have the report from the Divisional Meteorologist, Mr. E. Bromley, who gives us a report on the weather in November in South Australia, and he tells us that Eucla was 1.5 degrees, that would be degrees F, below the average, and at the same time Streaky Bay was 2.2 degrees above average. Now the fact that there is an average shows that there's a record that goes back longer again than 1925. And if we have a look at that map where they claim it was above average, here it led to the belief that the average, the old average, was actually higher than the new average, if both stories are correct, or what's more likely is that this secretive group of math fails, which should probably be called the innumerati, have daily data that doesn't add up to the monthly data and also doesn't agree with the data from 1925. Either that or this area has cooled. It certainly looks like the whole spot should probably move that way, if there should even be a spot. Let's have a look at another month. We'll have a look at January. We see this incredible cold spot here. 5 degrees to 6 degrees below average for the entire month, and in this impossible little spot here we find the kiddies have the temperature down well below 6 degrees below the long-term average. And again, if we go to the dailies, we see it just doesn't add up. We can start at the beginning of the month and click through all the days, and again we see that zero line in most of them, and this area is perhaps a little bit below their average, but there's absolutely no chance that that is going to add up to that 5 or 6 degrees, which would have to be this dark green colour. So as we go through the month, there becomes more and more obvious that that's just a hopeless mistake. And here someone's had a lot of fun doing these doodles around here, which could not have come from temperature stations because there just weren't that many. And it's possible that this here is the logo of this enumerati group. That, of course, being a dunce's hat on an empty skull. Now, I think these people at the Bureau of Meteorology are quite lucky to be able to hide their innumeracy in their cushy jobs, but it would be better for the rest of Australia if they just came out, publicly admitted, perhaps stood up at Math Fail Anonymous first and say something like, "Hi, my name is a twit and I can't do QA checks, I can't add up, all my mistakes get published online. None of the supposed climate experts that are highly paid to check this stuff ever actually tell us that it's wrong, but I know it's wrong and I'm ashamed. My boss knows it's wrong and he doesn't care." Or maybe they could just quietly make this disappear, except for the fact that lots of us now have a record. It just keeps getting worse. There's more in the next video. See you then.